Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the final game of today. It's gonna be Cechi versus OrcWorker. Right next to me from Back to Warcraft is, of course, one of the most handsome boys we have in the Warcraft scene. Hello, Remo.
Well, how nice of that to say is this of you. Well, this is the big one. This is the blockbuster. This is what people have been waiting for. This is what we've been waiting for. This is the final game of tonight. It is Cechi versus OrcWorker. Undead versus Orc, which just so happens to be your favorite matchup.
Indeed.
And I know many other people like it as well. And not only is this gonna be a meeting of two amazing players and a display of great skill, it is also involved with quite a bit of rivalry.
Oh, yes.
And drama.
We talked about this at Friday at the first stage of the qualifier. And I think you can elaborate on that one.
Alright, so what I want to get out of the way first is take this information and don't blow it out of proportion. So Cechi actually hates OrcWorker. It's not just like he doesn't like him or something. Cechi prides himself in not beating around the bush, but being direct and being honest. And he says he outright hates OrcWorker. And the reason is one of a few others, I guess. But the big one is he accuses him, and there's no proof for this, mind you, but he does accuse him of being a stream abuser. Meaning, he looks at streams whilst playing ladder, maybe even competition, and taking that advantage and using it, and that's basically cheating. If that is the case. Again, it's not proven, but Cechi thinks so.
I think Cechi is the only one who thinks so. I've never heard this before from someone else, to be honest. And of course, it's not possible because we have a good amount of delay. So
yeah, today it's absolutely impossible. We have so much delay, it's wouldn't work. But yeah, Cechi, downright, he doesn't like the guy. Let's put it like this: he really doesn't like the guy, and he does not want to lose him. I think if there's one player in Europe he doesn't want to lose to,
exactly,
it's OrcWorker. And Cechi, we know him. He has strong opinions, and he voices them, especially about balance. And against Orc, usually, he says it's okay, but recently he has been saying that actually Orc is still very strong.
So, let's introduce the players here. The first map is Ancient Isles in the upper left. In yellow, we have one of the best undeads that we have in Europe, that we have in the world, a guy with outstanding micro, and by far the youngest player in this tournament, 20 years old, Daniel Czechmanek. But there's a flaw to him. He is a great player, no one doubts that, but the results in big tournaments speak heavily against him. WCA 2014 in China, he lost to Yumiko, a draw against Fantafiction, and a draw against Sushishi. No win there. Then the WCA Pro Qualifier here in 2015, he lost to Watch of Ridge 0-2. Then the Rust Brain Cups. Lost against Czech 0-2, lost against Hog 0-2. Rust Brain Cup number 2, he lost to Lucifer 1-2 and to Law Liot 0-2. So since an eternity, he has not won a single game in major competitions.
Yeah, and you pointed this out. He has one major flaw, and that is himself. Some people call it a mind block. Some people call it being your own worst enemy. But he is definitely a very emotional player. He cannot contain himself very well. He has a problem with attitude. For a while, his nickname was Positive Attitude. Was supposed to help him. Didn't work for the Pro Qualifier. But then again, he had a very tough draw. OrcWorker, traditionally, we would say he is perhaps the weaker of the two players here, but this is really the big one, man. Whoever gets out victorious here is gonna have quite a bit more credibility to himself.
Definitely, and OrcWorker was usually a guy like a few weeks back that only reaches like quarterfinals or something, but somewhere in between Gamescom and now he really stepped up his game and reached several semifinals, Jera Cups, Golden Cups, what you're talking about. And now we have...
Alright, this is a difficult situation. I don't know if there is rules for this exact situation. So what's happening right now is, just for fun or for kidding or for trolling or whatever, Cechi in the lobby was humans. But then he switched to Undead, and OrcWorker realized it late, and so he thought at the beginning of the game that Cechi was human, but of course he's Undead right now. But I guess in the loading screen he should have seen it, so they continue on with the match.
Yeah, I think it was never so easy to destroy an opponent's game plan, just like this, switching the race here. The Blade Master creeping right now, Circle of Ability for him, great item. But here comes Cechi with an Acolyte, killing the shop. No regen for the Orc right now, for the 25-year-old Max. We don't really know his last name, or we don't have a picture of him, so he really hides his personality well.
Yeah, and this shop, lack of a shop is actually so huge. There's no healing for the Blade Master, and there's no new shop coming, only now. A little bit of miss macro from Worker very late, and of course we have early aggression from Cechi, and he's definitely gonna get that one grunt if he follows it with a DK, but he was blocking the grunt instead. He's still gonna get it though. Frostmourne is gonna find its target. We know it's always hungry, and yes, it's not the real Frostmourne, Jannis, I know. It's a replicate, you'd like to point that out to me, but still he gets a grunt in the early game, and he delays the Blade Master by so much. The skeletons still check what the Blade Master is doing. He did find level 2 thanks to killing skeletons, but he loses a grunt for it, and there's kind of a golden rule about grunts in the early game.
Yeah, you will never want to lose a grunt in the early game, but this killing of the grunt takes so much time, man. He doesn't want to use a coil on that, but now he has to. First blood in this game, and you see the Blade Master is at level 2, but he lost a lot of HP, and only now the shop will finish, but the DK is close.
I think Cechi was hoping to get that grunt kill fast and then maybe cancel the Voodoo Lounge again. That would have been huge actually, because the Blade Master could not have been able to contest too well. But as you said, it took so long, so long. And now he gets the boost of speed, maybe get the possibility of running down grunts more quickly. But with this aggressive stance that the Undead is taking, probably OrcWorker isn't going to be doing greedy creep camps anymore, dangerous creep camps. So the pick of potential on grunts has diminished by quite a bit. He gets a second circlet from the shop, and of course no boots because they are sold out at the moment. And yeah, this TED BO that the Undead is running, it transitions into Fiends. There's not really mass ghouls anymore, maybe from HLA, but that guy plays of course everything crazy, we know that. But yeah, he hindered the Blade Master, but not by too much, and he's continuing his creeping, continuing his search for the claws, but Cechi, he's right on the money.
Yeah, and he wants to throw the coil here. Let's see if he gets it, or the backstep. I think the DK got it, and the Ring of Protection. Well picked up here by the young blood, who is of course around for the scene for several years. He played big tournaments like the WEL in 2013, finished 4th there in the international competition, and he is the hope of all European undeads. Of course we have Hate, Love, Anger, but Cechi is kind of the more standard player, the one with a better micro, I might say. But of course, you talked about his mindset before. He was actually the first undead to reach a cup final after 20 weeks.
And look at his timing again, man. He is so on point. But he cannot really get the overseer, but he's buying time, I guess. His Fiends are coming, though. The Fiends will be able to get the last hit along with a coil. That would be level 2 for him. But the Blade Master, he is finding levels rather quickly. Yeah. And what you always have to be careful about is the Shadowhunter timing, but it's still a bit away. Now Fiends and Grunts meet. Not a good exchange for the Fiends. Early game, he gets the last hit with a coil. Nice item as well. Undeads always lack regen, and that's the one you can find.
Exactly. Replenishment potion here, great for him. Usually the Blade Master tries to hurt the Death Knight as much as possible, because there's no regeneration for the Undead at tier 1 until the Obsidian statues appear. But now with the potion, that's all negated. And we have level 2 and 2/3 for the Blade Master. We see the SH coming. We have Raiders, but no Walkers.
This tech from Cechi is so incredibly fast, and the Lich is pretty damn late. Usually, the Undead wants to get the Lich ASAP, like really, as quickly as possible. Alright, tier 2, the first thing you do is Lich, not Slaughterhouse, not tier 3 tech. The first thing you do is Lich. But Cechi is taking a different approach here. He was feeling kind of safe. I guess the Blade Master wasn't level 3, which is a good thing. And he knows that he wasn't too far behind in tech because he went for the TED BO. That is a fast tech. But his DK is not level 3, not even close. And finding that is first of all key, and second of all getting more and more difficult because the Orc is taking more and more away from the map.
Yeah, but now that the Blade Master is level 3, I think the simultaneous creeping from the Shadowhunter continues. DK wants to steal as much as possible, but now I think he has to get away here. It's a well-pimped Blade Master, 2 circlets, dealing tons of damage. And in the meantime, of course, he wants to creep his Lich. He wants to get his DK to level 3. It was a nice harassment from Cechi. Level 2 and a quarter is a great position to come from, but he has to catch up. And here we see
very lucky item for the Blade Master.
Tier 3 for OrcWorker, and you mentioned it, the item here on... what item do you mean?
He found the regen. That's why he can. Why he can afford to go right back into harassment. Otherwise, he would have had to run back. And Worker, he is not going for the harass. Of course, you want that SH at level 3 as quickly as possible. But this might change his mind, because this is a dangerous creep camp from the under. And of course, the Blade Master sees it, and Cechi must know that the Blade Master is on top of him. And I imagine we're going to see Worker going in here in a second. He has level 2 right now. He finds boost of speed. He has the scroll of speed, but he's still finishing this creep camp. He wants to get the last hit with the Blade Master, I guess, but he might be taking too much time here.
Yeah, but he has the backstab damage. He gets it! Mana Stone! Incredible item for the SH. And of course, it would have been an awesome item for either the DK or the Lich. More mana is always great for all the undead, but the Stealing Magpie strikes again.
That's so huge. I don't know if it would have been level 3 for the DK. I don't think quite, just quite, but he would have been very close. And yeah, he gets the last hit and the item, and it's a great one. That's such a big power swing, man. If that had gone the other way around, Cechi would be feeling much, much more comfortable. And we know he is a player who likes to easily tilt. And that's one of the things that gets you to do that. But he is still being given the space.
Yeah, plenty of time. Plenty of time for Cechi here. Claws of attack +6, of course, as it is important to pimp the Blade Master. It's super important to pimp the Lich as well. He has +11 damage already with the Orb combined. No Orb yet for the Blade Master, but he is very close to tier 3. He got his Lumber Mill set up, so we will see the improved Masonry for the Orc Burrows and stuff. And he will be set for the Destroyer push that is coming, because we see the Destroyer upgrade right here.
Of course, you need that desperately against the Hex and against possible Spirit Link. But there is no such thing. Some orcs really like Walkers and Spirit Link. Some think, well, it's useless because you just dispel it and get damage from it. There's different views on that skill, but yeah, he doesn't get him. That makes his whole entire army, of course, more vulnerable. Oh, and he's gonna get the Overseer as well with perfect timing and the Pendant of Energy! Oh my god, this is the most... well, horrible on the one side and greatest stealing Blade Master I've seen in a long time. He gets a Pen of Energy and the the Mana Stone for the SH.
The Orcish Horde is celebrating right now. The Undead Scourge in tears. We see the Pit Lord, 3rd hero. That's of course a great hero to lower the damage. And we might see the first fight here. Level 3 and 2 and 1 for the Undead. 3 and 3 for the Orc. We don't see level 2 critical strike, but he is very close.
And Cechi still wants to do this timing push. Pit Lord, great hero at level 1, much like the Naga, but he doesn't really scale that well. And he knows that by the way, there's unit movement on OrcWorker's side, which is not something that should be happening on this level. But he knows how many good items his opponent was able to steal. He knows how strong the SH is, and he's still going for it. Well, he is retreating for now, but he is being creepjacked. Alright, here we go. First End Snares fly onto the Fiends. Unlet in not the best position ever, and the Wand of the Wind, by the way, as well. We forgot to mention that dispels it now, but the first Fiend has already died. Here comes the first Howl of Terror, but one Kodo eats as well. He's trying to chew through the grunts, but again, we see the Wand of the Wind being dispelled quickly, however, but the next Kodo is coming in to eat. Unlet retreating further and further, healing one Fiend with a coil. The Kodo eats, but gets killed maybe in return. Yes, it does. Last One of the Wind is coming in, but he's losing so many Fiends, man.
Indeed. Oh, saved one by the coil, but there is the Townfall. Doesn't use it. Using the next Fiend, level 4 on the Blade Master now. Level 2 critical strike, and he's just hitting one Fiend after another, chopping them down. One Grunt gets down in return. Finally, Burrow being used here. The Kodo Beast has eaten, but not being focused. There's only 2 Raiders left now. Maybe with the force of the Lich, with the army, with the armor reducing, he can pick something up here. We have a coil in just a second. We have a Nova in just a second. Will this be the turnaround for Cechi? He has 2 destroyers up in the air. Pit Lord looking healthy, Lich looking healthy, DK looking healthy, and OrcWorker has to retreat.
At the end of the fight, the Unlet is in a supply lead. I don't really get how this happens. He had 3 great items, Wand of the Wind, Mana Stone, and Pen of Energy. He didn't use the Mana Stone though. yet. He's coming in again, trying to go for the Lich this time. He's level 3, there's no more mana on the DK. This is when undeads really start to struggle, when there's no more mana for heals or nukes. There is still enough mana for Hall of Terror though. Loses 1 Fiend to start things off. I think there's no more dust. On the Orc side, he could be using Burrow, is doing so right now and saves the Fiend in that manner. And the Grunt is of course not that dangerous. There's basically only heroes alive for Worker, but there's no real way to kill him, I don't think.
No, the Blade Master still, of course, super strong. Heal Wave saves the Raider for once. But now it's time to go for the heroes because there's nothing else left. Good hits at the Destroyer. OrcWorker kills him. There's no way to escape thanks to Purge. And now he escapes here.
The Grunt being Miss Micro, that was a bit of a mistake, pulling him back into the fight. So, OrcWorker, he's still in a decent position, but he is showing chinks in his armor. He is making mistakes here and there. And Cechi, well, I guess it's an even game. Would you call it an even game?
Yeah, it's 45 versus 43 now. The hero
mask, by the way.
Yeah, Zoe Mask at the mercenary camp. Like, finally a great item for Cechi that he is able to pick up. But yeah, the supply numbers look equal. The hero levels look fairly equal. The Blade Master is a beast, though, is getting countered by the Pit Lord. There is no dispel for the Orc, so he can't dispel the Howl. He can just try to deal so much damage as he can.
What Cechi is convinced of, by the way, in this matchup is that once the Orc hits 5/5 heroes, level 5 of course that is, it is well, borderline impossible to win. Of course it's Cechi, so he might be exaggerating, but his point is, alright, once you hit 5, damn, it becomes hard, and the Blade Master is getting close. But now he's the one being creep checked, and he is low HP, but there's still so much heal wave remaining. But the Kodo's in a bad position, trying to go for the DK right now. He doesn't have level 4, he doesn't have Death Pact. The Hex is gonna be coming soon, I think. He TPs before the Hex comes in. Does he get a Kodo on the way out? Maybe, yes he does. But one Fiend gets eaten on the way out as well.
Whew, great town portal forcing by OrcWorker here. So, okay, I might not have the biggest chance in this fight, so who's the hero I can attack? Bam! Death Knight, and one chop after another hit him down. Of course, dispelling the frost armor very, very quickly with the Purge of the Orb of Lightning. But the hero levels for the undead, they're getting better and better. 3 and 3. We have the Claw, we have a Mana Potion, and Heal Potion, and Invo Potion. He is set for everything. What does OrcWorker have? He has an Invo Potion on the Blade Master as well. Apart from that, the Mana Stone has been used. What?
The SH. What did you found?
Wow. So we Mask and Pendant of Energy.
Oh my god.
That
items this game. And a claw, of course.
Well, he earned it by stealing the item.
Yeah, he did a good job, man. Definitely. The Blade Master stealing control was absolutely phenomenal, and honestly, a little bit sloppy from Cechi. He could have taken better care of those. Was a little bit unlucky at some point, but hey, that's a Blade Master thing. You gotta deal with it, and now OrcWorker is breaking.
The Blade Master is plus 25. We are very, very, very close to level 5. That means level 3 critical strike. That means damage multiplier times 4. And that means critical strike at around 100.
And there's an SH to back it up with 510 mana. A mana pendant, which means he can drop it with a mana potion to get even better mana, mana charge back. And of course the Zoe Mask, and now he is adding Wind Riders, because the army is getting so big it's starting to block itself, and air units never block themselves. But he was breaking really early, and it's not like he can use this army advantage to secure an expansion, or kill an expansion, or creep the rest of the map, because the rest of the map is crept. And Cechi is still sitting comfortably, sort of, at 50 supply. He's really low in terms of gold. He's far behind as far as the bank is concerned. But yeah, Worker, he is going upkeep. He wants to fight, and he goes to the undead base. And we say you're not supposed to do that. Especially Yaws is a big believer in that wisdom of never fighting an undead base. And now he sees the Orc up here on the hill. He might have to TP out. He must see how big the army of the Orc is. And I really don't feel he can fight it on open ground. Skeleton is scouting and sees, oh boy, you got quite some stuff there, my bro. He's trying to retreat.
But I think he is forced into another town portal here. He wants to fight, as it seems. There's no abomination against all the Troll Berserkers. He has to do it with focus and nukes.
He has now morphed all the destroyers. So that is, of course, a timing window where they are very strong. He doesn't have the money for the last morph just yet, but then it's 60 supply versus 65. OrcWorker will be in the lead. He's kind of retreating right now. and might expose himself into a bit of a bad position. Here we go. Engage is coming. First Howl of Terror coming in. So big. All the damage negation. But now that's Scroll of Speed. He wants to dispel it, and then he dispels his own Howl of Terror. That's, of course, not what you really want. But the first Kodo might die here. It's being focused, and yes, it does die. But the Blade Master in front has hit level 5, and he's not doing anything to him. He can just reign supreme, but he's keeping his army alive pretty well, I gotta say. And he's taking out everything else but the Blade Master. Kodos are dead. He's going for the Headhunters and the Raiders, but is it gonna be enough?
Nice sniping from Cechi so far, but the Blade Master, look at him, 184 nuke now to the Raiders, so he has less Ensnare, but there's still too many of them, 168. But everything is dying here now. He has the time to take over the Fiends. Windrider dies, but Destroyer dies in return as well. Shadowhunter still at 230 mana points. Finally level 3 for the Pit Lord. Cechi is doing well, but is it well enough? 168 critical strike once again. Of course, the Howl of Terror diminishing his damage, but it's still so crazy. It's just like a call. Here comes the nukes. Here comes Nova everything, but not to the hero. Once again to the units. And OrcWorker is down. Only one Raider left, but here comes the Hex. Coil saves him. But what a critical strike. 240. Is it enough? It is enough to swap the town portal. Cechi. Woohoo!
Wow, and even the Fiend save there, getting it borrowed and unborrowed again, just barely in time. This is so close, man. 39 supply for the Orc, 34, now 40 for the Undead as that fight ends. But Cechi's nightmare scenario has come true. We have level 5 Blade Master, level, well, not quite 5 SH, but pretty damn close. Yeah. Only 33 experience away. That means one Fiend and a little bit is gonna be enough. And then it's healing for days. And again, it's these items, man, they don't make things easier. He's getting a dust, but there's no more Fiends here. They have all been unborrowed and saved. And the gold mines are starting to run dry.
1,350 gold for Cechi. For OrcWorker, it's 1,200. But of course, the Orcs always have the opportunity to go for the tiny Great Hall. And we see the bank, 600 gold, only 80 more. And then we have the pocket expansion. Cechi scouts it. He sees the peon. He knows something is coming. But how does he want to get rid of the expansion? It's built so fast.
It's I don't know if that's the right choice to go for the Expo, though. He needs to fill up the SH with mana. He wants to also have... what's it called? Mana potion. That's all very expensive. Is he really gonna go for it? I feel this exposes him to weakness.
Tiny Great Hall. There it is.
But why does he do it now? Why can't he just wait for the gold mine to run out and get all the units first? Now he's at 44 supply. Now he's at a supply disadvantage. The first time in a very, very long time. And Cechi is getting the invul. He's stealing it. But the Blade Master still has one. By the way, the SH is a possible target in these fights. If he uses the heal wave on something and then you coil Nova on top of the SH and you're in a decent position, you can't possibly get rid of him. And he was retreating. He was kind of scared of the undead push coming right there, but now he has the confidence again. This is so close. Probably the next fight is gonna decide this. Cechi is still going for the same units. Fiends and Destroyers. No upgrades on his side. Let's look towards the Orc. No upgrades either.
But here is the tiny Great Hall. It takes like, I don't know, 10 seconds to build. It's super easy. The army compositions here. 3 Grunts, 1 Kodo, 2 Raiders, and 3 Headhunters versus 6 Fiends, 3 statues that can be morphed into Destroyers. Always vision on the Blade Master, exchanging some blows, but of course he is kind of tanky now with 925.
Excuse me for cutting you off there. But by the way, he's adding grunts to his army.
Yeah, a lot of them.
I don't understand why.
Well, it's a good damage against Fiends, but they get
they
devoured.
They die anyways. Shouldn't your priority be getting rid of the Destroyers and then... Oh my god, the crit, man.
328!
But we have 35% damage reduction from the level 2 Howl of Terror from the Pit Lord. And Cechi is ready to all in. The gold mines have run dry. He's pulling everything he has. He's gonna have 3 Destroyers, quite a few Fiends, Ghouls, Acolytes, you name it. If he could bring the buildings, he'd do it, but he's no Night Elf. And this is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. Everything comes down to this. We should be playing the Song of the Valkyries right now, the March of the Valkyries, because some epic SHIT is about to go down. And it's at the top of this expansion. Good position for the It's a narrow choke. Orc engages right onto the DK. He has a death pact. And here comes the Howl of Terror. I think this is really good for Cechi so far. First, Death Pack comes in, saving the first hero for the first time. It's gonna be quite a few more though if he wants to win this fight, but now he switches focus onto the Destroyers, but the Berserkers are not that many in number, and Destroyers so far still all alive. The Kodo Beast, only one Kodo Beast, but it can be saved, so important for the damage output. Now he's continuing onto the Berserkers, and the next Howl of Terror comes in. This is looking pretty good for the Czech player.
Yeah, the damage has been reduced by a lot, and now Raiders falling left, right, and center. But don't forget about the Blade Master. He has not been hit by Howl of Terror. He can reign supreme here. You see the crits, you see the attacks against the Destroyers. They take so much damage. Nice Nova, but Heal Wave counters it immediately. One more Howl of Terror. Finally, it hits the Blade Master again, but the Fiends, man, the Fiends. He heals up and he leeches some mana. Now there's one more Nova. Will he find the target? Will he find a hero? There's still the Invo Potion, and I think he can't attack the Shadow Hunter here.
If he finds level 4 on the Lich, he is level 4. There's a lot of mana for him. There's so many Acolytes and Skeletons and everything. But yeah, the Blade Master, man, he hasn't been touched. Now the DK getting the Invul transferred. He's surviving for now, but he's losing more and more Destroyers. This is going to be level 6 soon for the Blade Master. But wait on this. The Lich is also in trouble. Invul use now, by the way, level 6. The DK. There's no Invul. There's the spell. Yes, there is. There's a Purge. The Purge saves him, but only for 7 seconds. Is he going to survive for longer? The Nova comes in, but the Blade Master gets away just barely. And the DK limping away. Are you serious?
The DK's still alive. There's no statue to heal him up. He has to be out of the fight for eternity. He tries to go to the shop, get some healing or whatever he can get. Now the Lich almost it's getting
Blade
close.
Master!
Oh, yeah.
He gets the backstab, he gets the easy kill. That is the first hero down. That is only 25 supplies remaining for Cechi. Scratch that 20 supply.
No more healing, but he still has the Lich and he still has the Pit Lord. He's trying to get some more experience here. Maybe he can, but without the heal, how can you win this without the heal? There is another Nova soon, but Heal Wave again. Now Pit Lord is the next target. GG! 1-0 for OrcWorker.
That was really a nail-biter. 24-minute game we had here on Ancient Isles. And in the end, OrcWorker takes it with supreme early game Blade Master control. That was a big, big key.
Definitely.
He got so many last hits. He got so many items, and they were amazing items.
All the items were great. Sobi Mask, Pendant of Energy, Claws, everything.
Mana Stone.
Mana Stone, everything.
Was really something.
We didn't mention it just yet, but this is Cechi's goodbye tour, he said. WCA will be his final tournament.
Yep.
He said this before, but I think this time it's really serious. He started studying. He's really keen on Dota. I think WCA is his final tournament, so this could be the final map of Cechi.
It certainly could. But we have seen his skill. He has come back in a very impressive fashion, and this is what you like to call the Undead hometown.
Turtle Rock.
It's a prime court for Undead. It's
Indeed.
Turtle Rock. We have seen many Undeads succeed here, but against Orc it might be a little bit different. There's lots of turtles with medium armor. That's usually great for ghouls. Not really a factor here, but it's great for grunts. And we're not going to be wasting any time with jumping into the game as it's loading up right now. You said it, Cechi. He might be making his exit here. WCA might just be his last tournament. If he loses this, he's out. There's no coming back. There's no lower bracket. There's no way to redeem himself. There's only 2 slots left, remember, for WCA. And it all comes down to this.
We have 14 contestants already. We need 2 more. One is Hawk or Nika. The other one is Sonic or Cechi or OrcWorker. We'll see about that. It is Turtle Rock. We have cross positions. And yeah, we talked about this before. This is Undead Valley. Lots of creep spots, lots of experience, lots of great items. And Undead are kind of dependent on the items. Especially the back of the turtle provides you with combat items. Invo Potion, Heal Potions, Mana Potions, you name it.
Yeah, getting those will be huge. They give you a really big advantage in one fight. The bad thing about those items, of course, is they have charges, meaning 1 charge in most cases, meaning once you use them, they're gone. So you really want to make them count, but they can make such a huge difference as the greater mana, greater healing, greater invul, as you just pointed out.
By the way, Cechi and OrcWorker met 2 times in tournaments, in Jara Cups, Golden Cups, Zodiac Cups, whatever. Cechi won both of the encounters here, so this was actually OrcWorker's first official map win against the Undead.
Yeah, and he is certainly confident against OrcWorker. I know he sees himself as the better player, but you can talk all day, man. If you can't show it on the field, then it's not worth much. And now is the time to pull it out. He's going for a different strategy this time around. Not the early harass, not the early trying to deal damage. He's going for the early fiends and gonna try to creep himself. This will shift the matchup in the early game. Last game we saw the Orc being defensive, the Orc trying to level, the Orc trying to creep and find items. This time it's the other way around. The Undead is going to try to creep as much as possible, get experience, get level 3 and get important items, and it's going to be the Orc's job to be aggressive. But last game we saw Worker being really passive until the late mid game. Maybe it's just his playstyle. I don't know. Let's see. He might not be as aggressive as, for example, Cooper or Cash might possibly.
Yeah, but we saw his Blade Master control really good in game 1. Now the first item drop, Ring of Protection, not what he was looking for. Of course, the hero of the Undead is delayed due to the build order. And I think we will see a fairly fast tech by Worker once again. Don't think Cechi can keep up with it, but we'll see about that. Level 1 and 2/3 for the Blade Master already. One grunt sent out to creep, and now finally the Undead creep starts as well. Here's the tech.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, the Undead is always lacking behind with that early creep intensive build because the Fiend is pretty damn expensive. And he gets a ring. Same item was found by the Orc. And yeah, OrcWorker is not doing what he did last game. He knows, alright, this game I want to be aggressive. He's the one being greedy and I want to punish it as well as I can. Cechi finishes most of the spot, including the item before the Orc arrives. But here he comes. Is he going to get the last hit? He most certainly is. And that gets him close to level 2. This was an important last hit because now one skeleton will give him level 2. And the block is really good from the grunt. Oh my god, he's still keeping it up. He's still keeping it up. This is a big deal. That's 2 coils expended and now the DK is out of mana and level 2. This is a very good early game situation. Indeed. It's not like it's going to determine too much, but this was a nice first exchange of blows here for the
We
Orc.
mentioned it before, Cechi's streak in big tournaments continues. Not a single map win in majors, except the one against Lucifer, but that was Undead Mirror, and that is Cechi's best matchup by far. So, one step away, one map away from being eliminated again. Symbols of Agility +3, so a little more armor. We have boots and the Ring of Regeneration. Perfect items for Worker once again.
Yeah, this is an amazing item early game, especially when you're gonna want to go harassment intensive game style, because you're always trading hits and you already have good regen with the heal self, but now you have even better regen, meaning you can go for more damage. Push the Blade Master to its limits even more. Be more aggressive. And so far, he has been rewarded. He has done it very well. That grunt block was actually really good. Not easy to pull off. I feel OrcWorker is getting even stronger here on map number 2.
Looks really great for him, and he searches for more damage, more claws, more circlets. Everything you can find here. Of course, it's very easy for him to creep now. He can get the spot, get the item, Ring of Protection again.
Those were unlucky. He found 2 rings. That is not what you want. But he's doing such a good job. He's using the 4 grunts to keep the Undead busy, making him think the Blade Master is going to come, so he can't risk much. But he's just taking the time to creep himself, getting experience. Unfortunately for him, not being rewarded with good items, but this is really nice play from OrcWorker. As I said before, I think this is quite a bit better than the early game was for him on the last map. But the SH is coming, and that's when you want to have DK level 3. But how is he gonna find this? How is he supposed to find this experience? He's not allowed to creep the back of the turtle. The Orc is in position, and the Lich is still far away.
Oh yes, the SH is coming though, the Beastery is coming. Tech for Cechi almost done. By the way, we have 4 humans in the WCA, 4 Night Elves, 3 Orcs and 2 Undead. So Cechi really is the hope of the Scourge, but it's getting harder and harder by the minute. Worker is stealing his red spot. And let's see, these items can be not game changing, but really put a favor on it. Lionheart of Stormwind is definitely not one of these.
Alright, the last 3 of the ones he found now were really bad. 2 rings and the Lionhorn. That's not what you want. But he gets level 3. But he also gave quite a bit of space to Cechi. If Cechi gets the turtle here, he's going to be satisfied with this. Is he going to, though?
Late
Master is
coming.
coming. And last game, man. Are we going to see a repeat? He must coil this. Is he going to get the coil timing right?
No!
Yes, he is.
Oh, he
got the
yeah.
experience.
But it was a little too early. I was scared for him. He gets the Wen of Mana Stealing. Can be good. But of course, he wanted all the potions a little more. The Lich is coming. And then he has Frost Armor. And then he can deal with all the melee units of the Orc. We see the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength. Shadowhunter finding level 2 very, very soon. We see a War Mill and tier 3. And of course, the Ensnare upgrade.
Cechi knows about his red spot over there being taken with a skeleton creep. He's now very, very, very close to level 3, and he doesn't want to risk too much before that point, so he takes the creep spot right next to his base. And the skeleton scouting from Cechi, he's maybe the best player in the world with it.
Yeah.
He is so on point. He again gathered information where his opponent is, knows how far he can go now, knows how much he has to invest into Blade Master prevention. And he finds level 3 here. He had kind of a bad early game. Not not atrocious, but not great either. But he's coming back into it. But still, it slowed him down.
Potion of Greater Mana for the SH. Will the... Oh, there is the... Got it? Wait. Who got the...
Yeah, the Undead did. It was
yeah, the
boots of
Undead. Okay,
speed.
and the boots. Yeah, but the experience?
Also the Undead.
Ah, okay. So Blade Master 2 times very, very close. But the SH man, Potion of Greater Mana, he is finding level 3 now. His creeping is so fast. War Mill is ready, so we will see the first Kodo Beast there. Plus 10% damage on everything. But we have the Lich. No Orb yet. No tier 3 for the Undead yet. The Orc hit it now. And then we have the Orb once again.
And Lich is right now, Undead, excuse me, is trying to get some of those consumable idols. You really don't want to give the majority up to your opponent, because if he finds 4 good ones, it's almost impossible to win a fight if you have none of your own. So he's trying to get the turtle, and he's most likely going to succeed in doing so. And this is a little bit of a weakness window for the Undead, because he's close to tier 3, but he doesn't have destroyers yet, he doesn't have Orb yet, and Orcs like to be capitalizing right now. But again, we see OrcWorker's passive play, despite him having level 3. I think this might be too much passivity coming out of him, but we'll see. Cechi gets the Wand of Mana Stealing number 2. Not the best one he was hoping for, but can be good to be denying a heal wave. And the Overlord is going to be giving the Crystal Ball. So all the luck Worker had last game, it's not returning this game.
Definitely not. Well, the Potion of Greater Mana is a big one, though. And let's see what red spot item drops for Cechi. It's as I mentioned before, Turtle Rock is a lot about items, and there's one more red spot open after this one, and this will most likely go to Cechi as well. The hero levels are good. Level 2.5 Lich, keeping the Death Knight away, finding the Rune Traces. Absolutely sellable, this item is, because there's no spells, of course, from the Orc. Kodo upgrade immediately once he hit tier 3. Blade Master a little too late to the party now.
Yep.
Misses all the fun.
And Cechi is probably going to get the red spot if he goes for it. He might be scared though, because he could be having the orb right now. Notice he has all the units inside his base. He doesn't want any stragglers to be caught by the Blade Master. And he continues creeping safe stuff here.
Wow, a tiny Great Hall from OrcWorker.
Wow.
But it's far away, right?
Early.
The position is too far away, right?
From the gold mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, might be, but you just put one more P on it, so it's not that big of a deal. Greater healing! That's a big deal! That's something the Blade Master really likes, to be able to sustain and fight even better, even along with the heal wave. But Cechi's micro usually revolves around ignoring the Blade Master.
Yeah.
That's why I think also Pit Lord is a good choice for him if he really wants to ignore the Blade Master, you know, just mitigate his damage. I don't know if it's always the right call though, but it's always what I see from him, always ignoring the blade until everything else is dead basically. But Cechi, this expansion gives him a timing window. He has 2 damage upgrades this time. Last game there were no damage upgrades at all. It's going to be finishing with this push. He's going to have 3 destroyers and a 3rd hero. He is not really going to be having supply lead, but I feel maybe a little bit stronger. Alright, Dark Ranger is great for, of course, the silence against the heal wave. But he's probably going to attack the units then. Alright, this is going to be a big push. If he doesn't kill his Expo or deal crippling damage, it's going to be hard for him. He comes in with 59 supply, 62 for Worker.
But Keep in mind the Blade Master still up at plus 19 damage here. So maybe the Pit Lord reducing the damage would have been great. The Peon line is reduced, but here comes the big fight. Nice answer on the Destroyer, is being killed immediately. And we have tons and tons of heal waves coming in here at level 2. Kodobees is dead, at least the first one. He needs to kill the second one. This is such a big damage output. Yes, he killed the Kodobees. No damage aura anymore. Second Nova hits 2 grunts, one falling immediately. Trying to focus it back, but no, looks good for Cechi so far.
Yeah, he's getting rid of all the units. Again, he's ignoring the Blade Master, trying to go for the Berserkers, the Grunts, the Raiders, everything else. And the heal wave disable means the SH, he has so much mana, anyway, the mana potion, but he can't really use it all. He's being silenced all the time. Another Raider dies, but he's also dropping in the Fiend count. By the way, there's no Dust of Appearance, so Borrow can be used, but nice usage of Ensnare prevents this. Now one Fiend dropping very low, Coil saves her again, and this is what I've been talking about. When everything else is dead, that's when I attack your heroes. Now the Blade Master has to use the Invul Potion and the Greater Healing as well. Mana drained from the SH. Is he gonna die? Is he gonna die? Another nuke to fly? No! The Scroll of Speech is barely saving him. Also saving the Dark Ranger with a coil right there. But still, this is pretty damn good for Cechi, I feel.
This is absolutely amazing. Both heroes down to 50% HP. One more heal wave. There's cooldown now. But oh, where's the coil? Okay, not enough damage. But he picked up so many units, man. Level 4.25 for the DK. The Lich is looking strong. Very, very close to level 4. The Dark Ranger got a level and a third. The expansion is crippled. You see the peons dying left, right, and center. This gives the Lich level 4. More mana coming back. But apropos coming back, here is OrcWorker.
And the Dark Ranger needs to be careful, gets healed though. And what I talked before, the big consumable items are gone now. They're very strong, but now they're gone. Dark Ranger still in trouble though. There's another coil comes in. How much mana does the DK have remaining? No more coils, but the Kodo dies again. Heal wave too late. But now Dark Ranger will probably find her death here. Yeah, the grave on the back of the Turtle of Turtle Rock. But the Obsidian Sage is coming in for more regen. We see the Lich using Dark Ritual. There's, by the way, still some mana stealing ability on him, but still a few Fiends remaining. And again, Borrow, there's no dust. OrcWorker, this shouldn't be happening. You should have dust. He has to fight with a very scrappy fight right here. But what happens when the SH runs out of mana? He is still trying to go for the units with the Nova. He's not using the heal wave to save the units. Wants to reserve that exclusively for the Blade Master, it feels. But now, that was the last heal wave. And now he might try to switch over to the Blade Master. Not just yet, going for more Raiders. And again, OrcWorker, his heroes are keeping him into this.
Yeah, supply numbers are equal though. We have no healing anymore for the undead. The statues have all gone. There is no mana at the moment. If there are some crits, the Lich is gonna fall. But now we have the coil once again. This Grunt is most likely gonna go down. The expansion has never paid off so far. All the peons dead, no mining, nothing. Okay, it's 35 versus 42 now. Cechi on a roll here. Dark Ranger almost back. But here comes another focus from the Blade Master. One more heal wave. Can he trap him? He's going towards the Lich, but there is a call. Using it offensively, and the Blade Master so close.
50 HP only separating him from death, and Cechi smells blood in the water, stealing the mana from the SH. There's no heal wave due to this. He saves the Lich again. There's Invul on the Blade Master, but it's gonna run out. Does he have a Nova? He doesn't. He could use a Fiend. He could eat a Fiend right now. He does it, but the Blade Master just barely getting out of range to Nova. Are you serious? But I'm pretty sure that Raider's gonna die. Nice block, but it's not enough. He would have to invest, I guess, another Nova, maybe not. He gets the kill anyways.
Frostmourne hungers, and the expansion, it's still up, but it's not running. And Cechi reigns supreme on the back of Turtle Rock, now catching the Shadow Hunter, but no Nova coming after it. But this is time to tear down the walls of the Great Hall. Mr. Czechmanic, tear down these walls, but he finds the Dark Ranger with a potion.
She's
so
bringing
important.
a greater mana potion, and the DK is almost level 5. That is so much healing / damage when you decide to get it. Here comes the first heal. That's another heal wave. That's the last one again. How often have I been saying this now? He's reserving the mana on the Lich. Look at this. So much nuke mana. I think he's feeling so comfortable going for the Blade Master. Coil Nova, and he's dead. Level 5 for the DK. That's it. That's GG. That's the equalizer. It's 1-1. Cechi takes it. In a game where OrcWorker, man, he was being pretty damn greedy with that expo that I told you, it exposes you to some weakness at that stage in time. It's 600 gold. That does absolutely nothing for you in a fight.
Exactly. It was a bit too early, but Cechi found the perfect timing window to attack. There were several Kodo beasts, but not enough Raiders, I feel. Definitely not enough Headhunters. They were just sniped immediately by the Lich. So not enough damage towards the Destroyers. They reigned supreme over the Grunts. They dealt good damage to the Raiders. And after all, Cechi won this game. But what an awesome game. What an action-packed game.
Yeah, what a long fight.
This is exactly what Orc versus Undead stands for.
And this is, of course, the caster's dream. It all comes down to this. This is a game with a storyline. These guys don't like each other, okay? They don't want to lose to the other guy. They really, really, really want to win. And if Cechi loses, he might just be ending his career. He's going to be ending his career, he says, after WCA anyways. But if he drops out, he's just going to quit immediately. So this could still be the last game of Cechi on Twisted Meadows. Is it gonna be, though? It's gonna be the big decider for tonight, who advances to the semi-final tomorrow to face off against Sonic, another very tough opponent to beat. But right now the focus is here on Twisted Meadows, the biggest map we have in the map pool. Who does it favor? I don't know. You can certainly find some nice items for your heroes. That's good for both sides.
And you can expand, and that is definitely better for OrcWorker. He went to tier 3 both times and went for the expansion both times. And first time it paid off, second time it didn't. But I think on Turtle Rock, on Twisted, it's a little harder to kill it as long as you don't have the perfect vision. But you mentioned it in the game number 2. Cechi scouting with skeletons is tremendous. He needs to keep it up. He needs to keep it up to deal with it. And yeah, the players are taking a quick break because it was very, very exhausting game for both of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can recap the day so far. We saw Nicker beating Hjelding, advancing. We see Hawk beating Prado 2-0 both.
Fairly convincingly, we have to say.
They will meet up the big Battle of the Russians tomorrow in the first semi-final. One of them is going to China. And then we saw Sonic winning against Passion, a very close series.
Yeah, that was very action-packed, and Passion managed to pull off a number of comebacks in the last map. Not quite. So Sonic is the one to advance, of course, also the favorite. But Passion Man, he played really well. I feel like he's starting to make a name for himself.
Again, yeah.
Maybe he is going to be one of the big contenders for Jera Cup in the future.
Possible.
Finally a Night Elf. And yeah, of course, now we have the deciding map of today.
What a series it has been. What a great Blade Master control by OrcWorker in game 1. What a great hero and unit control by Cechi in game number 2. And now both players have to bring their A game. Bring it all on Twisted Meadows to decide the opponent of Sonic tomorrow.
And Twisted Meadows is, if we're going again, players need a bit of a break. We're gonna continue with the game in a second, but as we have the time right here, we can go into a little bit of strategy, early game strategy.
Okay, I'm out.
All right, so I'm gonna talk about this. Twisted Meadows is usually very favored for the TED BO, which means Undead early aggression, Orc early defense. And I feel like that is OrcWorker's strong suit, not being too aggressive. Because I don't feel like he hits those timing windows that clutch when he has the SH, when there's no tier 3 yet for the Undead. So this might be strategy-wise, early game strategy-wise, a good choice or a good map for the Orc. But that's all speculation. When we know, and that is gonna be in just a bit as we are heading into the game.
We are finally here on the final map of today, the final map of this series, the final map of the quarterfinals. Is it gonna be the final map of the WarCraft 3 player Cechi? I see some tears in your eyes just thinking about it, but let's hope the best for both players. Okay, we most likely gonna see a Blade Master again. Both players very fair here, typing the GG. Yeah, let's see. OrcWorker against Undead on Twisted Meadows, 50% win rate. Cechi versus Orc, 62% win rate. So the numbers speak in favor of the Undead here for once.
And yeah, he is going for the early TED BO because there's basically always one creep spot the Orc wants to take, and that is the Gnolls right outside of his base. Give him almost level 2 and a nice item if he is kind of lucky. But the Acolyte scouts it immediately, which also reveals the Undead strategy, but that's most likely what Worker was expecting anyways. Cechi, when I look inside the base, I don't know if the Tomb of Relics actually closes off the base, but let's not worry about that until it becomes a factor. So, now OrcWorker pretty much knows, alright, you're close to me, you're 10 BO first, so I can't really take the nulls. Now, what does he decide to do in response, and what is Cechi's response to that response? This is kind of a cool, you know, double mind trick right now. They can try to outthink each other, do the reverse psychology into reverse psychology. But of course, scouting is absolutely key for the undead here. We have seen it done very well by by Cechi before, and he's gonna try to use the rods again for it. And yeah, we can see the Blade Master already going for the very, very, very small and very, very, very safe creep to start things off.
Yeah, kind of evasion creeping, as the legend Grubby calls it in his commentaries. He's trying to dodge the Death Knight as long as he can until he finds his, some levels and some items. And then, of course, he strikes back, harassing his creeping. So we'll see how things unfold.
The thing is, you can creep the gnolls with only 4 skeletons, but OrcWorker should be aware of this. And Cechi is still trying to find his opponent, not finding him just yet, but also not really missing him, because OrcWorker is not creeping too much. And I know I'm probably focusing on this too much right now, but it's so intense, man. Everything is down to this. I don't want to miss any little thing. And we can see again, Cechi's spread across the map is pretty damn good. He has so much vision of pretty much everything. And OrcWorker, he's not being punished, but he's being slowed down.
Yeah,
a lot.
Exactly.
A lot.
Second green camp now, but Cechi knows exactly what's going on. One coil can kill the null if there's a few more hits here. So yeah, that's Cechi's big strong suit here, doing that. He has attack for both sides. I think the undead is even faster this time.
Yes, it is. I assume he's gonna go for the tier 3 pressure again. I feel that's his favorite strategy against Orc. Probably fast tier 3 tech again with the later lich, perhaps because he knows he has the time because of the later tech again. Now it seems like he is letting off with the aggression and gonna start creeping himself. That's a nice thing with undead, with just a few skeletons and the DK without any units. Actually, you can take pretty big creep camps if they have medium armor, which is what the gnolls do have. And he finds the Blade Master with the Dust of Appearance. The star senses are tingling. I don't know if he just went into Windwalk right there, if Cechi saw it, or if he just assumed it. If he just assumed it, it's pretty damn nice. And he sees Blade Master still level 1, but now gets level 2 as finally the grunts continue creeping on their own. And Blade Master has boots and circlet and level 2, and DK needs to start being careful.
Exactly. Circlet, always one of the best items in the early game. Later, of course, claws are better, but you need some HP to start things off with. Yeah, 0 experience on the DK. He really needs to kill something here. First target, obviously, the Null Warden, with some fiends attached. But Blade Master's doing the same here. Gloves of Haste. Alright, not a game-changing item. And we see more fiends, and tier 2 is done. So, hello, Lich.
It's gonna be interesting here. What does he prioritize? Lich or tier 3?
Lich or tech, exactly.
He can't get the Lich because his supply sucks, so I guess it's gonna be tech. Blade Master right here to get the last hit. Is he paying attention?
Yes. And he gets the last hit plus the skeleton. So a few more experience points for the Blade Master. DK still low on level 1.5, and he gets the little Null as well.
So that's not going to be level 2 for the DK, even if he kills the Overseer. It's actually kind of a big deal, because on Twisted, it's good late game, because when you have the Lich and everything... Oh, is the Blade Master going to be running scared here? No, he gets it safely. But if the dust comes, he can cancel the healing. He does do so with the coil, and there's no more heal self, so he secures the last hit on the Overseer. But yeah, on Twisted, there's only very few creep camps you can take safely as an undead. You can take... You can take many ones, but many of those are really punishing if you get scouted. So it's pretty predictable if you play safe. So the Orc can, in the early game, easily find you. But the early game is kind of over now. Second heroes are coming out. And as the game is slowing down, we compare the strengths of the two players. And the hero levels usually are a pretty good indicator. And the Orc is feeling way more comfortable.
Level 3 for the Blade, level 1 for the DK. He is close to level 2, getting his aura.
Oh, wow. The skeleton was scouting the orc base, and he saw the tier 3 tech, and then Worker cancelled the tier 3 tech.
Wee.
But the skeleton should have still seen the cancellation. That's well, DK finally level 2, but the Blade Master has so much mana, he needs to be so careful. Finally, there is Frost Armor, which means he cannot really die. But there's so much damage just from the Windwalk, forcing him away for now. But there's no healing salve on the Blade Master, which I feel is a pretty big mistake. He went back to his base to heal up, but didn't bring more heal salves to continue the harassment. I feel that could have been done a little bit better by Worker, but still, he's slowing down Cechi by a lot anyways. And gets space for the SH.
Tier 3 again from OrcWorker. He continues to tag. We see the Ring of Regeneration now for the SH. Not the best item now at the middle stage of the game.
The Raider is stuck in the base.
Oh, that's a big deal.
That's a big mistake, actually. That's really big. That takes away so much strength
and I think
you.
he doesn't notice it because the peons are not killing the Oh,
yeah.
They are actually.
No, they're not chopping the right one. So yeah, he doesn't notice it. But it doesn't need to especially affect him because he likes to play so passively most of the time anyways. But now he's coming in, and at some point he will notice, damn, where's my Raider?
Hey, where's my ants there?
Alright, now he notices it, I think. Yeah, now he's chopping down the right trees, but he's gonna be very late. Oh, the creep! He got it again?
Yeah, he got it again. Item and
God.
experience. Item and experience. What the hell? I don't know, it's the 6th or 7th creep that he steals here. It's incredible. The Blade Master control of OrcWorker really on a different level today, and he finds the Scourge Bone Chimes.
Yeah, that's one of the big ones, in case you guys haven't heard. Kind of good for the Orc and especially for the Blade Master.
It's the dream. It's the dream.
It is kind of a dream, you're right. Tier 3 is approaching for Cechi. Level 3 for his DK isn't really. By the way, the bad thing about the Rock Golems is you can't coil him to get the last hit, so even if you reveal the Blade Master, unless you can drive him away, you don't necessarily get the last hit. And this, for example, I feel again could be punished pretty heavily by the Orc. There's no tier 3 just yet. There was tier 3 investment, but nothing has been gained from it just yet. But he still continues creeping. Is this too much passivity coming out of the Orc again? Or is he going to be rewarded with good items? I'm not sure just yet. Cechi needs to find more time. I don't feel he can go for the same timing push again. His DK not being level 3 just makes that impossible, I feel.
Yeah, Blade Master gets away, and Illyria. Oh, the counter dream item. Illyria's Sphere of Accuracy, 10% damage to everything that does range damage. And if you look at an undead army, that's basically everything. So, okay, what's this?
He's going for it though. He's
pulling
the ghouls. He's going for the all-in again. With a level 2 DK. With a level 1 Lich.
No Nova. No level 2 Death Coil.
Right, I exaggerate here. It's not an all-in, but it's a heavy push. And again, it's a Pit Lord. He kind of falls off.
But he needs his levels.
Yeah.
He's so close.
I think it
to
would
level
be a
both
huge
of his
mistake.
heroes. He needs the shop. He gets a big item there.
Maybe with the destroyers he can get both the red creep camps, the starting positions. They can drop amazingly. Cechi, I feel, should show some patience here. Has he tilted enough already to have lost his patience? I'm not sure. What did he find?
Of Kel'Thas. On the other side, we saw the second Scourge Bone Chimes for OrcWorker. They do not stack, so he will sell them right away. And yeah, Tome of Experience. Nice.
That's very good for him.
Half a level for a Lich.
And is he still, after this creeping, he has his levels now, the definitely necessary ones. Is he still committing to this? The Ziggurat number 5 is finishing, and he's going to the Orc base. Yup, he's committing to the attack. Does he consider this to be kind of an all-in? Is this the end of the game we've seen today? It's only 50 supply for Worker, more than 50 for Cechi, just barely breaking with 53. And the expansion's up again. OrcWorker, is he making the same mistake of game number 2?
It is a similar army composition, if we look at it. 1 Headhunter, 2 Kodos, 2 Raiders. That's not too much. A game on a knife's edge. Cechi continues creeping. Where is the Ogre Magi? He kills him now. Pendant of Energy would be awesome. Boots of Speed. Okay, for the Pit Lord. Oh well, he is a pretty fast hero actually, but it looks so slow.
It's not that great. Can be good in some situations.
Cechi needs to scout this like a minute ago. He really needs to send the skeletons out.
Yeah.
Needs to be aware of that.
I think it's definitely in the back of his mind that this is a certain possibility. But maybe, just maybe, he thinks, alright, you're not going to be going for it because it lost you the game last time.
Yeah.
But here's the push coming anyways. Doesn't matter, doesn't care, he's going in and he finds the Orc in a bad position. Right away, maybe Nova on the Kodos. First Hall of Terror, very good. Immediate level up for his third hero. The Kodos, though, are not being sniped as quickly as they were the last time around. Nice dodging of the Devour and he gets rid of one Kodo, but another one is still alive. What's he focusing next? Onto the Grunts we go, repositioning his Fiends. Nothing has been eaten just yet. And going for more of the Headhunters, trying to get rid of them as quickly as possible so that his Destroyers again can carry this weight. And the second Kodo dies once more.
Level 3 for the Lich. He has mana for a Nova pretty soon. The heroes of the Orc are untouched. Level 4 on the SH, level 4 on the Blade Master. This is where he gets dangerous. Level 2 critical strike. We see it right away. 86 despite having Hall of Terror on. We see the first Wyvern here. There is no web, but there's a Lich to snipe them away. Blade Master killing one unit after another, trying to go for the next fiend. There is no coil anymore, but there's Burrow!
Again, he has no dust. He's been doing this for so long. Lich going to not fall because of the invul. The Hex was kind of wasted on the DK, but there's no more mana on the DK. He needs to TP out here soon. I feel he has no more healing. The Lich. Lich has TP transferred and is leaving the fight. Is he gonna get a Destroyer on the way out? No, he's not. And he's also saving the Fiends. After all is said and done, Undead at 47 supply, Orc at 38. But with the back of the expansion... with the expansion in his back, I mean, he has very good reproducing capabilities, but only 2 reproduction facilities.
Exactly. He needs to pump out units now as fast as he can. He's going for Headhunters. He's going for Kodos, Raiders, and Grunts are coming as well. What is Cechi doing? Here comes the web upgrade. I think this is the sole reason that, or the second reason that OrcWorker builds that one Wyvern just to force him into web to use all the wood. I think it's about 150, right?
Yep.
So it's a lot of lumber. He has to invest there, but of course it's all about the gold. He needs items. He has an invul
he gets
potion,
the invul. That's a big deal.
And he has a mana potion on the DK as well.
And OrcWorker's just buying everything he can. As I said, he only has 2 production facilities, so he's getting the Berserkers, but they might get intercepted right to start things off. The first Destroyer is being attacked, but the coil saves him for now. Here comes the SH, here come the Headhunters, who, by the way, don't have Berserker upgrade, which I just noticed. Now still Kodos coming in, and the Undead army is really small, really small. Only 3 Fiends as the last Destroyer dies. And Cechi, not starting off this fight too well, gets rid of the first Kodo though. Does he save the Fiends? Yes, he's microing them back. Level 3 right now for the Pit Lord. And getting rid of the second Kodo, trying to anyways. The statue survives, but needs to be morphed maybe. Saving the Fiend again. This is such a close call. Scroll of speed engagement. The Lich invul saves him. Getting rid of the last Kodo. Again, is this turning the fight around?
He needs the coil on the Lich, using it right now. He is level 4 on the DK, but OrcWorker is getting rid of the statues. No more mana regen. Only this one statue is there.
The SH no healing.
SH no healing. There is a coil. There is no Nova. He used the coils to keep his units alive, but he gets rid of one unit after another. Fiends unburrowed. They are healed. He needs the coil on the Lich, I feel. There's no nuking. Where is the healing? There's Hex! There is Hex! And the Lich dies! Is this the end of Cechi's career without the Lich now? There is a nuke. Can he get the Shadow Hunter in return? No.
He can't get it. He's trying to pull off as much as he can, but now trying to go for the DK. The Blade Master has kind of healed up. A statue is coming in, but is that really enough? I don't know. The first hero is being ensnared over and over. He's surrounded. He uses Death Pact, healing him up again. He escapes the surround. Purge is wearing off. Is this enough to keep him alive? But more and more. Orc is streaming in, and everything Undead is having seems to be dwindling, but the SH almost surrounded, but does not quite die. He is now dancing around the tavern, needs to get this Lich back, but he has no mana, only half HP when he comes back. The DK still has to be so afraid. There's the Purge, but the Devour again, the Sacrificial Pact keeping him alive. Going towards the tavern, he has the money right now to rebuy. There we go. Everything is on this. The tournament hopes, his career hopes are on the line right now. The fight continues to the north. Still so much Orc stuff remaining. 54 supply, maybe a Blade Master kill. Is there a possibility here? There's the reveal, but there's no mana. No mana for anything, but there's mana for heal wave. But that was the last one. Last one for a bit. Cechi is fighting back like a lion with everything he has, everything he can. Is it gonna be enough though? The Blade Master needs to retreat again, but so much Orc stuff. There's not enough firepower for Cechi at the moment.
There is a coil though, and there will be a Nova soon. Is this his final opportunity to throw a nuke? Can he kill a hero? Can he get something out of here? The numbers speak against him. 57 versus 34. Here comes the Blade Master. DK in problems once again. He uses Death Pact once again. Info Potion on the Blade Master. He cannot be nuked. There is no Nova. There is no Nova on the Lich. There's no coil anymore. And the statue is falling as well, so there's no regen anymore. Surround on the Lich. There is a coil just right now.
Is he going to use it offensively? No, he uses it defensively, but still more and more stuff for Worker coming in. Shadowhunter keeps himself alive as well with the last heal wave. The Raiders, they're pretty much untouched, but now they're starting to get chopped down. The Blade Master's coming in again with a backstab. Not quite, but the Lich is the focus. The Hex is coming in. Here comes the focus. Here comes the Purge, and here comes the kill level 5 for Worker. Cechi again going for the Tavern. Down to 26 supply. That's it. That's GG. That's the game. Cechi is out. OrcWorker advances to the semi-final. And we may have just seen the last of our undead European player. He is out of the tournament. There's no China for him. OrcWorker is still in it. He's gonna be playing against Sonic tomorrow to find out who gets the ticket. But Cechi is out.
Cechi, the last hope of the undead, is out of the tournament, is out of the WarCraft scene most likely. Farewell, my friend, my young friend. Good luck in your future life. But OrcWorker, what a story. I mentioned it before. He was an orc. He made it to the round of 16, to the quarterfinals. But then it was it. Too many Night Elves probably. But after Gamescom, he got better and better and better and better. Semi-final after semi-final. I think some final in Golden Cup, but I'm not too sure about it. But he stepped up his right game in the exact right time, and he fought so well on map number 1 with his Blade Master, stealing the items, stealing the experience, fighting good. Map 2, not his best decision to go for the expansion, but he was back on map 3, had confidence in his game plan with the early expansion, with a low unit count, and the fights here were just amazing.
Yeah, he played well, better than I expected him to on map number 1 and 3, as you pointed out. And we have our standings for today. Our games have been finished, and we can show you the bracket
The hell?
in a second.
Something is wrong. There it is.
There we go.
All right. We have, of course, we talked to you about this before. Nicker beat Helsing with 2-0. Hawk beat Prado 2-0. Both very convincingly. They had no real trouble, as I might say. So they will meet up for a ticket to China tomorrow. Nicker versus Hawk. 2 Russians colliding. Night Elf versus Human. And then Sonic won the Night Elf Mirror against Passion. 2-1. Passion fought bravely, but the Iron Sonic was just too strong. Advanced 2-1. And then the final series of today. OrcWorker overcame the odds, I might say. Cechi was slightly favored in this one. 2-1. So we have Sonic versus OrcWorker for the second slot to China.
Tomorrow is decision time. Tomorrow is when we find out who's going. Not just that. Also the prize money.
Oh yes, $5,800 on the line. 3,000 for the first one, 1,800 for the runner-up, and the bronze medalist who does not get the ticket to China will get a slot. Will not get a slot, but will get 1,000 euros and be rewarded for his great games here that we've witnessed today. Don't be late tomorrow. The first game is going to be a decision for a ticket. The second game is going to be a decision for the ticket. The third game is for $1,000. And the grand final, of course, the main event of tomorrow. Don't be late. 7 p.m. CET.
You better tune in, man. You better tune in.
Okay. Thank you, guys, for watching. This was WCA Europe from Berlin. Freaks for you, Neo, Remo, and yours from Back to Warcraft at the commentary. Like us, post us some feedback. Thank you, everybody.
Good night.